Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Matthew here with a self-graded card review of a 1993-1994, essentially a set of the checklist from the Profiles 3D set featuring Michael Jordan. And, we've done this card, I think these setup cards, about 2 other times. And we've, I think it's now 3. This will be the 4th time we've done it. We've had one where they got 9s, one where they were a little bit lower, and right now we have a set of an 8 and an 8.5 available on eBay. So this will be the 4th time we've graded this set of 2 cards. And before we get into the review, we'll do a quick disclaimer. The grades that we give in the video are not guaranteed to cross over to other grading companies. The grades are not guaranteed to increase or decrease the monetary value of the card. They're essentially my best assessment at the condition of the card. So yeah, if you've watched other videos, you know that we take extreme kind of attention to detail whenever we're rating condition. eBay does have an option that you can rate the condition. I believe it's either near mint, excellent, very good, and it's kind of broad. So essentially each of these videos is for people that, spend even a small amount of money with us. We want them to be able to cross-reference the video to kind of say, okay, this is what not only he's saying, this is what they cross-reference it with Grok, they cross-reference it with other grading companies. This is what I see as well for the person buying. They can see the video and they can say, this is what I actually think from all these different angles. The cross-referencing is something that we do, and it was actually, I think, slightly comical, and why I think AI still has a lot of room for improvement. And it's one of the reasons why I don't just say, okay, that's what the AI grade is, therefore that's the grade. That's why we do a round of human review, a round of computer-generated review, is because of the story that I'm about to tell. So I usually do what's called a blind review, where I don't put it through Grok first. That means I take the assessment on first, and then I say, okay, this is based on my own interpretation of the card, and then I'll pump it through Grok AI and have Grok give its feedback. Well, today I did Grok first, and it was comical. It was, to me, funny. I don't know if anyone else will find this funny, but it said, and it basically I took a shot that we're looking at right here of the card, 2 cards, keyword 2. It said there is a cut down the middle is the feedback that it gave. It says, since that cut, like I got to give it like a 5. And I'm just like, I responded to Grok and I said, you are aware these are 2 separate cards, and that's not a cut. That's literally just 2 cards that are placed next to each other. I mean, I can only hope that whenever we sell it, we put them in the Zion slab, which has a magnetic top. You can open and close these slabs. I can only hope the buyer knows, especially when you see it in 2 separate slabs, that this is not one card. These are 2 separate cards. AI did not understand that. And the scores that it gave are not the scores I'm giving. So it doesn't even properly understand the fact that these are 2 separate cards. So there's times where AI has a lot of room for improvement, and I will give feedback to AI and Grok to like, hey, let's keep increasing your skill level. But I'm slightly concerned by, like, whenever you're training somebody, if you've ever been a trainer, you want to see improvements. You want to see like, oh, okay, they referenced that. They even called out that they referenced this past example, and they're doing better. There's just times where I'm like, Grok, are you getting better at this? Or are you getting worse? Like, you just thought this was one card? I'm slightly concerned right now. I want it to be getting better, and when I provide it feedback, I want it to be able to catch stuff that I'm not catching. But when it can't even determine that this is 2 separate cards, that's concerning. So when you see the reviews from Grok on the Crescentvale article later, it's actually also going to be in the eBay description. I think the YouTube description, sometimes we include that. But look for our Crescentvale article and eBay posting if you're really interested in the card. But yeah, kind of sad that it is incapable of realizing they're 2 separate cards. All right, so enough bashing AI. I think we all get a good bashing on AI. It's, trying to take jobs, it's trying to take livelihoods. And from a person that, touches a computer screen, it comes for those jobs first. But at the same time, if you're not capable of doing a job, don't come after, people's jobs if you can't do basic stuff. So trashed it a little bit. I think it's still somewhat valuable having a second pair of eyes, second pair of computer vision, whatever. But at the same time, a lot of room for improvement. Hopefully AI doesn't destroy the environment and take all of our water and power. So good and bad things about AI. This is the start of the 5 minutes part of this video. Hopefully you enjoy my banter. Some people like just grade the cards. And I'm like, yeah. But really, I'm like, you come to hear me rant sometimes, and hopefully those rants are enjoyed. Hopefully you can enjoy the frustration. Maybe you don't. Maybe just grade the cards. Get done. I'm like, well, is this not like comical? Is this not a bit of humor mixed in with sports card reviews? Because if it's just sports card reviews, is that just a little boring? So, this is 109. And I'm grading 109 first because 110 is the other one. I'll just go in numerical order. So you can kind of see a little bit of edges here. We'll just go ahead and start with edges and corners. And yeah, I will say, like, if you look at the edges on this card, let's just go ahead and compare them. You look at the edges on this card, it's actually just the way it's cut. You kind of see there, kind of see there. So is that a perfect edge cut? Like, yes and no. I'll give it probably 9s for edges on both. But like, there's not a lot of imperfections along the edge of the edge, if that makes any sense. And the right angle, the 90-degree cut there. Like, there is, some, what I would call just the way the card is cut. So I don't know if that's really an error. That's just the material of the card. Yeah, I'm going to do a 9.5 on corners for 109, and then I'm going to do a 9 on edges. So corners 9.5, edges 9. I did a kind of, and I don't know why Grok didn't really take this into consideration, but 1 second, I have just put fingerprints all over the card. We're about to look at the surface. But yeah, before doing this video, I took a angle at the surface, taking photos to put into Grok so it could best understand the surface quality, which I don't think it really took into consideration properly. But I did go at a certain angle at it. All right. Anybody watching Love Island? So you can see a little bit. I still need to clean up a little bit more. But there's no real like dings, damages, creases, micro scratches. The surface actually looks really, really clean. I just need to clean up my fingerprints a little bit. But besides that, I'm actually going to give the surface of this card a 10. I think Grok was trying to say like an 8, but I don't. If I can't find a flaw in it, it somewhat warrants a 10. Do I need to polish it a little bit more? Sure, but surface 109, or is this 109 or is this 110? 109, great. Centering. All right, so you can kind of see the distance from the top to the right, distance from the top to the left is all pretty symmetrical, and I believe it's a 9.5. So this card is going to end up with a 9.5 overall. This is 109. And, oh, great. So yeah, before I add any fingerprints, we can kind of see any surface damage here. This is 110. And I think we said on both edges get a 9, and probably corners we're going to get a 9.5. And honestly, both cards are going to get similar scores. 9.5 for corners, surface 10, centering 9.5, and both cards get a 9.5. I mean, we'll take a look at the back of it to see if there's any surface issues, but they seem very symmetrical, and honestly, 9.5 is where I land, because I can't sit here and say in good faith that they are in like mint condition with the edges, but 9.5 sounds about right. Well, this has been somewhat, hopefully, entertaining video for you and the pros and cons of AI. But feel free to leave a comment below if you love or hate AI. I mean, there's other AI tools that I have used to grade cards. Grok is not the only one. And there may be better ones out there. So leave a comment below if you like to. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch. Have a great day.